All right, all right. Let's see if everything is working. There we go. There we go. Wednesday, April 1st, new month, new quarter. How are you guys doing? Back on YouTube, talking about YouTube. There's a new video coming up about order blocks very, very soon. Very, very soon. Very excited to share it with you guys. And yeah, looking at the market, we had a massive up move yesterday. Massive up move on Nasdaq, on gold. Also, the dollar dropped a lot, so we also have a big down movement on the dollar, means up on the dollar pairs. We have multiple red folders today. Let me quickly check my forex factory. So I added all. Yeah, so we had already 2 red folders, and at 10 a.m. there was another one. That is good. That's good. Also, there's of course some Iran stuff going on. Can I say that like that? Iran stuff. I think I can. Please don't ban me. Please don't cancel my stream. No, of course, yesterday there was a message from Iran like, "Hey guys, we might just okay with the war. Let's just maybe stop it." I called multiple times, guys. You might want to take a look at gold longs. I said yesterday 2 times. I got stopped out on the first setup. Took the next one, and this is textbook 10 a.m. game. Textbook 10 a.m. game. Accumulation, manipulation to key level, distribution higher. Delivery not super clean, but the target was very clean. So we take that. We take that. We take the free money. We always take the free money. At the same time, I passed some challenges. I want to pass another one today. Let me quickly fix my copy trader. I see it's not completely right now. Almost. Yeah, so I'm on my way to get max allocation at Take Profit Trader, which is nice because then we can make a lot of money. Okay, what we're gonna do today? Let's look at Nasdaq. Nasdaq, I think we can all agree, is pretty bullish right now. And if we zoom in on the current leg, like the current displacement, I see a small fair value gap sitting here. What I'm now going to do is call it top-down analysis. So we are at the open. We have news coming in at 10. So I don't expect to have very fancy stuff before that. With inversion fair value gap and a fair value gap sitting right here. So it would not surprise me if we can have a little retracement trade lower. I would say these 2 areas are the most obvious ones on the 4-hour. Let's from the 4-hour, let's drop to the 1-hour, see what we have there. We have a little more structure already. But similar here. I think this is the area for today. Overlapping 4-hour and 1-hour fair value gap. That could maybe be a short target. And then in the higher time frame, we could do, for example, something like this. So that means I'm favoring shorts at the moment. Let's drop lower. Oh, also a 15-minute, guys. We have overlapping fair value gaps. If you've seen the fair value gap secrets video. Oh, let's do it again. Overlapping 15 minutes plus 1 hour plus 4-hour fair value gap. Okay, so that's the target for today. I'm very excited for that. But a big but. I know the majority of the people watching this channel are men, so I can say I like big buts. But we are bullish on the higher time frame. So if that doesn't happen today, very important. Like I want to also be like the devil's advocate here. Like what can go wrong? Well, we're also in a daily bearish fair value gap and a daily bearish order block. So pushing price lower at this level it makes sense. It makes sense. So I'm gonna hunt for shorts. If that doesn't happen, we could have it tomorrow, because then after today's candle close, there is a daily bullish fair value gap. Not now. The 3rd candle is now being printed. So let's see if we can get some short ideas. And I already see something here, right? I think we all agree, like we have the liquidity sweep. Then we displace lower. We already have a 15-minute bearish fair value gap here. It wouldn't surprise me if you trade lower now. And the target then would be ideally I'm now at the MNQ. If you go to the NASDAQ contract, probably going to have something the same. Yeah, it's 23,700-ish. That would be a target for me to short towards. And now is the question, okay, Dion, but you see a lot of green candles recently. Why are you just not continuing longs? Because if I'm not going to trade long from here, like if I'm going to trade long from here, where's my stop loss, right? If I want to, for example, target the next high that's here, why would I do that? Doesn't make too much sense, right? So then I'd rather wait for the retracement, or ideally, of course, trade towards the retracement and then continue longs from there. So a lot of overlapping arrays right now. And let's see what the market does at the open. Let me know in the chat, guys. Are there pairs you want me to go over? I want to go over gold next. And I want to go over the dollar. There's other pairs. Let me know in the chat. In the meantime, let me check why I'm a little buggy. Let's fix that right now. Okay, I know why it's buggy, because I have 100,000 tabs open. There we go. Cool. Okay, so let's wait what we do here. Ideally, we trade lower towards this area. That's going to be the first idea for today. We have news still coming up, so we are pretty patient. I'm going to set an alarm here for if price likes to go there. Cool. Okay, gold. Gold has a similar bias, like at the weekly outlook, and that's why I hope you guys are enjoying the weekly outlook I share every day, every week in the, and also every day, the daily outlook in the Discord. I said the daily bearish revel gap is the most obvious target for gold to trade towards, like just the most logical place for price to go to, and we did. That's why I took longs this week so far. And now we reached that first area. And if you then zoom in on that, it's almost the same bias as Nasdaq. We have also a 4-hour bullish revel gap sitting here, and also an overlapping 4-hour, well, not overlapping, a 4-hour order block sitting here. So that could be an area for gold to trade lower to first before continuing the move higher. That is something I'm interested in. So it's almost this identical trade on gold. But for now, it doesn't look to me yet like a short idea. So I'm going to wait. Same for Nasdaq. It doesn't look like me for something we can short. I'm not going to take longs for now. I'm just going to sit on my hands on this idea. So pay for shorts. If not, I'm just going to chill and sit on my hands. Okay, let's go over the dollar. Because the dollar traded yesterday in a daily bullish revel gap. And then it was like, let's react a little bit. And then let's drop lower. So I think many people took trades from there. I saw a lot of people getting burned here on that move. Which is fine. You can take a loss. You can just be wrong on your bias. But that means we now need to look, okay, well, what now? Well, this looks to me, current candle looks that we're probably going towards this candle, right? I don't think we, like monkey sees down candle, we can just trade lower to the down candle. And if you then look at the dollar pairs, what is the most obvious price place for price to go to? The recent highs, recent swing highs. If I see these moves, and it sucks because if you're not in this move, you just missed it, right? It's pretty hard to catch a move that just goes, and that's fine. When I see I have the FOMO protocol, I go over this in my videos as well. You just wait for higher time frame for value gaps to be created. So if you didn't miss this move, so be it. So be it. Don't be a little bitch about it. Price most likely go to these highs. If it retraces, you can catch it. If it doesn't, because we just moved away. Let's see, what day is today? Wednesday. Yeah, we just moved up only today with no clear manipulation or clear. Wait for the scary candle downwards. Because later today, or maybe early tomorrow, I'm going to release a video about order blocks. And in that video, I explain order blocks are like your little secret gateway to see if there's manipulation. It's called like institutional sponsorship, whatever you want to call it. There's just big money involved. Because a order block, what it does, let's say we want in this up move, we want to see an order block. An order block is nothing more than a very scary down close candle where everyone's like, oh no, we're going to zero. And then a very big engulfing candle over it. That's basically what an order block does. And then the down close candle is the order block. So if I see this happening, it sucks because you feel FOMO and you're like, oh shit, I could maybe catch this big move, but no, the model is not here for me. The model is not here. So that means I'm waiting for just a scary down close candle and then an up close candle. So there's an order block created. So then I can just take my trades from the order block and then trade to the targets. So the question in the chat, go over euro dollar. I just did. Like, I would say the move is happening. So if you're not in, sit on your hands, just wait, be patient. Don't forget, we have a very funny few days coming up with NFP and Eastern weekend. Keep in mind, very important for everyone who trades prop firms. Prop firms love to mess with traders, especially the future prop firms, because it's your responsibility as a trader to close your position at the end of the trade day. But in trade holidays, they mess with you. So most prop firms is a little secret I'm going to tell you. And it's not a secret because I got burned by it a few times. 5 minutes before the market close on a trade holiday, your account gets liquidated. So that means on Friday when Eastern starts, like it's like the whatever Friday, it's a holiday. Around lunch already, so 12 p.m. I don't know the exact time, but around lunch, the market closes. So make sure you're out of your positions before that, like way before. I would even recommend with NFP at 8:30, the market closes around 12. I don't think they're going to be very nice setups, so maybe not even trade at all. If you trade, make sure you're out of your prop firm positions, future prop firm positions on time. And most prop firms also just send you an email like, yo, here's where we're going to close the market. Like CME close, I think 12:15, if I remember correctly. Please check your prop firm for that. But don't get burned by that. It would be such a shame if that would happen. Okay. Cool. So far, nothing on NASDAQ. For the people who tuned in later, I am looking at a potential short on NASDAQ towards this area, overlapping 15-minute, 1 hour, and 4-hour bullish value gap. But I want, of course, for shorts, you need to see down close candles first. Okay? I want to see some reaction, some proof that we might want to go lower. Same for the gold. Gold is in a daily bullish or a daily bearish value gap. I think it could retrace to here and then continue to move upwards. So today would then be a day of a higher time frame retracement play. So we short and counter trends because we're expecting a higher time frame retracement and then long again after. And it could be maybe Thursday, Friday, or early next week. And hopefully you see that I'm using like the daily, the 4-hour, the 1 hour to create my daily bias. And it's always the question. I have videos on this channel on daily bias. But if you want to make daily bias very simple, just ask yourself, what is the most logical place price could go back to? And you can just look at for value gaps and old highs and lows. That's already like 90% of daily bias. So for example, here, Monkey sees a 4-hour bullish value gap. Monkey sees a bearish value gap. So why not? It would be pretty logical for price to trade back into here. So then, if you know that, your daily bias is going to be short. I hope that makes sense. There's of course more to daily bias, but like this is what I like the 101 version is that. Cool. So hopefully at 10 a.m. with news, we get that a nice push. For now, it's nothing. Let's check the other indices. And also, let me know in the chat if there's more pairs you are looking at. We can discuss. Yeah, the indices are the same. The German index moves similar as NASDAQ, the DAX. Yeah, the DAX just traded into a daily bearish fair value gap. Yeah, not like it too much. And also lower price. I think lower price today is definitely on the cards across the board. There we go. Let it come. Let it come. Let it. Ideally, I'm just waiting for a candle close above the most recent lows here. So then we can just do this. Yeah, exactly. If you now compare gold with NASDAQ, the bias is almost the same. A higher time for retracement play lower. So now, for example, now we see a big black candle, which is nice. It's not enough for me to now just say, okay, it now goes lower. I want to see a little bit more. Ideally, maybe even a fair value gap. And also look at this 50-minute fair value gap I marked out. The body, look at this. This is a rejection. Look at this. The body is still inside this bearish fair value gap, which supports a short idea. So after this candle closes in 1 minute, that could already be a nice indication. Like, okay, cool. We have a rejection or a very nice candle close because we traded higher. And there was a lot of sellers stepping in into this 50-minute candle. And now we're trading probably lower. Cool. From that, we drop to the lower time frame. I see aggressive buys, aggressive sells. And you might wonder, okay, but there's no liquidity being taken out. And if you look at the other indices, there's also no SMT. I agree that it's not super nice. I don't like it too much. But hey, like there's already been liquidity being taken out. We are like here at what is it? At 8:45 with news after news. Then we have aggressive buys, aggressive sells at the New York Open. That could be enough, right? That could be enough. So that's what we're gonna monitor now. That means aggressive buys, aggressive sells. That could be the signature in price for price to trade lower. So now let's see, do we create bearish fair value gaps? There's one here. And do we respect that? So for example, if you then now see this happening, the trade ID could be on. And I might already gonna press the first button. Target, if you're looking at the NASDAQ futures contract, it's always gonna be the 50-minute fair value gap, this one. So on the NASDAQ future contract, that is 23,700. On the NQM, the micro contract I'm trading here, it is 23. Oh, it's all it's also 700. Never mind. Same numbers. 23,700. But again, patience is the game today. Patience. So now aggressive buys, aggressive sells. Let's see. Do we react from that area? Also, the 50-minute candle close here is very nice. The previous one. Let's do the replay button. Look at this. The previous candle, super sexy. You can use that. Now it's waiting. And it's also fine if we now trade higher first. Like that's fine. But ideally, we just trade lower first and we can catch that short towards 700. I'll make a green line so it's more obvious. Right here. And it's a pretty big trade, right? It's almost 300, 400 points. It's a big one. So let's see. Cool. Gold looks the same. Yeah, gold looks exactly the same. Yeah, so gold, I have a similar bias. I'm not going to trade both. I'm probably just going to trade one. It's probably going to be NASDAQ, looks cleaner. If we look at the 4-hour on NASDAQ, we also have the daily bearish fair value gap and the 4-hour bullish fair value gap. Go to NASDAQ, we are in a daily bearish fair value gap. And we now want to maybe trade lower. And there's two models we can play. One is the FTS model, the Funded Trader System model, named after the system I built in the Discord, how to get funded very fast and get payouts very fast. It's not get rich very fast. It's not a get rich quick scheme. Trading is still hard. Trading is still one of the hardest way to the easiest money. FTS model and 10 game. What's the difference between FTS model and 10 game? FTS model is before 10 game is after 10 Ooh, easy. But the model is identical. Identical. But with the 10 game, you have the extra information of a 4-hour candle close. Not going into the technicals of the 10 game now, but I like the 10 game more. So the later in the session, like after 10 I'm pretty confident to take trades. Just like yesterday, for example, if you go to gold from yesterday, it was 10 game. Where's my baby gold? Baby gold. So I was on stream, and I also maybe you saw this post in my Discord. Like I was looking at the market open here, and I was like, "What is price doing?" I have no clue what to do. And it was little was hard mentally to press the button. I was like, So I was waiting. Okay, I'm waiting in this 15-minute value gap for what? An order block to be created. Order block video. I'm gonna tease that order block video the whole live stream, guys. So get ready for it. Order block secrets coming up. I'm waiting for the order block to form after the 15-minute value gap. It wasn't this candle, which is awesome. Very glad to have live trading meeting without paying a single penny for mentorship. Of course, of course. I do have a mentorship. There's a waitlist. I think it's also in the description. Because the only thing I sell is my time. It's only 24 hours. Unfortunately, I wish I had more. And the rest is all for free. All for free. So today here, tomorrow on Fabio's channel, the Trading Academy, TTA Capital. So 2 live streams this week. Cool. Is there anyone in the chat who wants to ask a question? I'm gonna get some sushi. 1 sec. I'm back in 1 minute. It's time for sushi, guys. I'm gonna have a romantic dinner together with all of you. All right. So no update on Nasdaq yet. Now it's time to have some dinner. Imagine trading works out. You live 5 minutes from the beach, beautiful ocean. You can eat sushi and steak every day. People are nice. There's a lot of like minded people. And most important part, it costs less per month than a shitty life in Europe or in the US. What if? What if? If you have not never done that, just Google what the cost of living is in countries like Vietnam, Thailand, Cambodia, Taiwan. Most of those places are the most beautiful and supportive places you can live. And you can whatever, like for $2,000 per month, for example, or maybe little more, if you want to like live like a king or a queen for the one or two ladies in the audience, but for most it's just kings. Like I spent a little more than 2K per month probably. I have a super nice apartment. I have a content studio here. I eat out every day. I'm at 30 degrees on the sun on the beach every day. If I then need to now go back to the Netherlands, where I'm from originally, it just it cannot. You just cannot do that. It's impossible. Even you go to a sushi restaurant and you're like, okay, when I was in the other place from East Vietnam, I had better sushi and I didn't pay $50 for it, right? And you there's those small things everywhere. Have you ever had that when you went on a holiday, a really nice holiday, and you're like, I can do this forever, or even for a few years? That's the one. If you then make that bridge to trading, what many people try with trading is to make it their vehicle to retire early. And I think that's a good vehicle. But what if you do one step back, one step before that? What if you just focus on making 2K per month? And if you have 100K funded, it's one trade. 50K account, maybe two trades. 2K per month. That means if you have that, you can go for a month. You need to buy the plane tickets, maybe a little bit more, but you can go for a month to a place like this where it's 30 degrees. Not sure it was in Fahrenheit, but Celsius. Like a super nice weather. There's sun. The food is not processed. Very important for your health. The culture is less rushed. You can build on your trading. You can pick the time zone you want. If you're from the US, you don't need to wake up early. It's now 9 p.m. here. Just think about that. That you don't need to go fancy with the 10, 20K months. Of course, that's nice. But you don't need that to live a life of, let's say, freedom. When I went on the trading grind, this self-development grind, I talk about this in the most recent video as well, about my story, about how I became profitable. There was one book I read, like I've read hundreds of books, self-development books, like the classics from fucking the Rich Dad Poor Dad and all those bullshit books. I read them all. But one of them was super nice, and it was the I would say it's the founding father of digital nomads. His name is Timothy Ferriss. He has like a very big blog, and the book is called The 4 Hour Work Week. And the title is like, oh wow, 4 hour, and then I can just lay on the beach all day. It is like the clickbait title, but what inside the book is very cool. And what I mean with very cool is not that you can just start working 4 hours, because if you work 4 hours, trust me, you're gonna be super bored and depressed. You need to have something to work towards. But it's about two things. One is how you can eliminate all the things you don't want in your life, and also how to eliminate a lot of unnecessary time consuming tasks out of your life. And he doesn't talk about AI. Like now we have AI, but without AI, just you can. reduce so many stuff from your day-to-day life. And at the same time, you have like a worksheet in that book. And I also copied this inside my mentorship. It's for my students here in the chat, the dreamlining part. At the start of making your train plan, I ask you, go over the dreamlining exercise. And what it basically does is it says, hey, what do you want to do in 6 months from now or 12 months from now? And reverse engineer that and make like a cost, like a little cost analysis of what would it actually cost. I did it too in 2022. I really wanted to go to Bali. I was there once on holiday and I was like, this is a cool life. I like this. I lived there for a couple months. I don't like Bali anymore. Maybe I will tell you later why, but I just don't like it anymore. But the whole lifestyle I liked was close to the beach, sun, other people like entrepreneurs around me, lots of sports, good food, without paying like $10,000 per month because I didn't have that money at the time. And then I discovered, and I went on Airbnb and all those booking sites, that I could live in Bali in not like in hostels. Like I'm not a fucking cheap guy. Like I'm not gonna stay in hostels. No. Just in a hotel or an Airbnb, like or a nice apartment. It doesn't need to be fancy or big, but just a nice, decent apartment. You can already have that for 20, 30, $40 per night. So let's say you say $30 per night. You can have an apartment there times 30 is $1,000. Okay, $1,000. Cool. Then the plane ticket. One way from the Netherlands, from Europe to Bali. I'm not sure about the US, but it's also around like $700, $800. Two ways around 1,200. Cool. So let's say $1,200 for a return ticket. And then if I want to stay there for a month, it would be 1,000. That's like 2,200, like 2,200. And then cost of living, like food and stuff, another 1,000, whatever. It's so cheap there. It's like $30 per day, you're good. Like you're good. And I was like, okay, $3,000 per month. It's not even. It's like the one-time ticket is expensive, but then $2,000 per month. I think most people living in Europe and in the US already pay a minimum of 2K per month for living, for rent and groceries and stuff. So why not relocate for a better quality of living for the same price? Everyone goes to the grocery store to find discounts. Why not find a nice discount deal on your life, on your lifestyle? That's what I found here in Vietnam. Like there's many different cities in Vietnam, big cities. I don't like big crowded cities. I like more the island style. I like that vibe more. Bali, if you've been there now, it is not an island anymore. It's just so crowded. It's not. It feels like a big city. It's not built. The infrastructure is not built for the people for the amount of people there. But there's a sweet spot here. I live in Da Nang, Vietnam. It's an upcoming city with already a big digital nomad space, and it is cheap. And not cheap when like if people think about Vietnam, what I thought about Vietnam was just one big ghetto, like not developed buildings and stuff. But there's billions being invested in Vietnam right now, like smart cities being built. Like it's so insane. I didn't know all that. But I live here like a king. Like I'm now enjoying my sushi here. Like I have like a very nice sushi here. And I paid like I have a lot of sushi, and I paid maybe $8 for it, $9 max. Like it's like almost unlimited sushi for $9. Big portion. And now talking about small things like food, but think about transportation. I don't have a car here. I use there's like an app like Uber, but then for the Asian, it's called Grab. I let myself drive around in a car or a bike every day, and every time I pay like $1, maybe $2. If I private driver for $2 per day, maybe $4 per day, even on standby. Even if I need it, if I don't need it, fine. And if you combine all those savings and costs, savings is reducing, but an improved quality of life, there's a win-win there. And some of you wouldn't like that. You want to stay where you are, that's fine too. But there's always things like relocating, even in the same area, could be the biggest change in your life. Because let's say you're in a shitty high rent apartment, you just paid too much. You fucked up at the negotiations. You just paid too much. You were a little like I'm still looking at the charts, by the way, but there's nothing to do yet. I'm waiting for 10 a.m. to occur. But just relocating to similar neighborhoods where you just pay 40% less for similar quality of life, you have a 40% extra money per month, which you can spend on self improvement or doing fun stuff with loved ones or whatever, or saving for whatever, or investing just by relocating. So that's going to be my little nugget I want to share with you guys for today. Consider relocating. Even don't emigrate, but try how you can see, can I relocate in my neighborhood even? With the goal of similar lifestyle or maybe improved quality of life, but way reduced cost. And super funny. For example, now trading pays for my life. Like it's my income. And every time I pay, like March was a very hard month. I did not make a lot of money in March. I think I even lost money in March. But December, January, February was super nice. At 5-figure months was honestly super cool. But if you have a 5-figure month, a 5-figure month means you earn more than $10,000. And guys, I didn't make $80,000. I still don't make millions, but it's way enough to just live the life I want, and then teach you guys for free all this stuff. But every time I was like, okay, I made $10,000. That means I can live here an extra 3 months for free. It was in my head like, whoa, that's so cool. 3 months, and I can make another 10K in the coming 3 months. I'm sure of that because I have the skill of trading just by relocating. Just by relocating. Cool. Let me see the chat. That's for, yeah. If you have a partner, it can be, but like if you have a partner, for example, the costs are not rising exponentially because the accommodation is the same because you're probably sleep in the same bed, right? So you're really good. Like maybe you need a little more extra space if you are with two people, and the food. But the food is the cheapest part here. The biggest expenses here is just accommodation, just like everywhere, like apartments or villas. Okay, let's talk charts. How boring is this, guys? We didn't do nothing. Okay, let's see if we can hunt some setups. Same for gold. Gold, nothing. No. Oh, they're so ugly. Holy shit. Euro, dollar, same. Is this all consolidating across the board? And when you see that right now, zero setups. That means like, if you see this price action on the chart, stay away. Just chill. Because I'm just renting and telling you stories about relocating. Yeah. So for now, I'm sitting on my hands. The funny part about the current trade day is nothing changed about the idea. Like this 15-minute fair value gap is now invalidated, so I'm gonna remove it because you closed over it. We now have the order block here. That's the up close candle. The up close candle before the real move. This one. So we might move away from there. If we don't, also fine. We maybe go higher. But if we then zoom out on the higher time frame, we have this area lower where we could wait for. That's the most obvious area right now. And if you zoom out one more time frame on the daily, after today, there is a massive daily bullish fair value gap created. So in a Worst case scenario, price just consolidates today. Then we're gonna have that accumulation, manipulation, distribution, what you see like if you study IST videos. I think in every trade language you have the accumulation, manipulation, distribution, also supply and demand. But then tomorrow. So then now we have the accumulation. Then tomorrow we manipulate into overlapping 1 hour, 50 minutes, 4 hour, and daily for value gap, and then go higher from there. That's it. And if you anticipate these kind of scenarios, this helps with FOMO or with boredom, because maybe you came to the chart today and you're like, hey, this random guy on YouTube, I'm gonna now watch him, or I saw his 10 a.m. game or IST Bible. Let's see what this guy has in store for me. Let's make some millions with him. And then you're looking at the charts, you're like, oh, this is boring. I'm now going to watch another streamer who probably also sit on his hand. That's fine. But you need to reduce expectations. Like yesterday, I had that day. Yesterday, I was so excited to press the button. Not sure why. I said to my students when we were streaming on the Discord, I feel pressure to press the button today. Didn't do it. But it's after stream is secret. No, I'm joking. The 10 a.m. game came after stream. But same here. If this is going to be the price actions, if we're going to sit here for another, whatever, 30 minutes, then we're just going to wish each other a great day. And then we're just going to move on our day and hopefully have a nice setup later or tomorrow. But the most important part is you don't force setups. I don't believe there's any entry model in the world that now is going to take a trade. And I'm talking about the classic IST models or the 10 a.m. game, but also supply and demand and support and resistance. There is nothing here. I don't believe that. I don't believe, or the opening range breakout. What opening range? There is no opening range. It's super boring. And that's cool. Cool. It would be amazing, guys, if you could hit the like button on the stream. If you're new here, subscribe. I promise you, if you hit the subscribe button, you're gonna get bombarded with so much free education and free value. Oh. I told a story before about why I started DionTrades. It is multiple reasons. One, where is it? Oh, here. I was playing video games all day, so like I need to be more productive. Second reason is I wanted to make myself accountable. Like if I'm gonna share my trades with the rest of the world, then I'm gonna do less dumb stuff. I'm not gonna blow 10 accounts when the world is watching, right? You guys are watching. I'm not gonna now force setups because otherwise, super embarrassing, right? It's like a public accountability partner. You guys are my accountability partner. And then I was starting DionTrades. I was like, okay, now let's make it as great as I can. Like make it this good that if I would start over or whatever, gonna learn my kids how to trade. Well, I want my kids to have a very mentally stable youth, so I'm probably not gonna learn them to trade. I'm gonna say, "Daddy does that. Stay far away from that. It's mentally not fun." Maybe if they want it, maybe. But back to the point I was trying to make is, um, I wanted to be as good as I wish I had when I was starting out, because I was strategy hopping, going through all the different courses of all the different influencers, and I was like, "It's all the same. And why do I pay money for this?" I saw this exact thing on a YouTube video earlier. That's why I say don't pay for courses, pay for mentors, like the whole stuff. That's why I say hit that subscribe button, because then I can give you that free value. Like the order book video is gonna be a masterclass. It's not gonna be a cute little video about, oh guys, yeah, we have a liquidity sweep, and then because the candle closed over this, now it's called an order block. That's fucking minute one. And I think it's gonna be like 40 minutes of that. I'm gonna share every single nuances you need to know about order blocks, secrets, mistakes, everything. Because when I was starting trading order blocks, for example, And you guys, most of you guys who watch this stream also saw the fair value gap secrets video and the kill zone secrets video about how to trade with time and price and the kill zones. On paper, it is very simple. So, okay, you know that we're now in the New York AM kill zone, or you know you can identify that this is a fair value gap. You can. Awesome. That's great. But but because I can identify 20 fair value gaps on the current chart, and you can spot 10 different order blocks on this chart. And that's the question. Okay, why do you use which one and when? Right? There's so many questions. That's what I had when I was starting out all the IST concepts. Like, how? I see them all. I can spot them, but I just no clue how to use them. There is where the secrets video come in. All the questions I get, I literally have like questions like this is a question, this is a question. Let's answer it with as many frameworks and easy to follow, like short to the point framework. What a boring session, guys. Whoa. Okay, let me see the chat. I haven't checked the chat in a while. Answer about the partner. Really respect you. Keep it yourself. I will promise. I will not change into the Lambo guru. I promise that. I don't take myself serious enough to start doing that. When you see me doing that, it's probably because I want to just be an ironic son of a bitch, just to like make fun of the girls. And it's fine. Like this is also what trading is. It sucks because we all came here prepared, ready to press the button when we need to press the button. But if the market shows we cannot press the button, then we cannot press the button. And currently, this is an easy in poker. It's called fold. Like when you throw away your hands, like your bad cards, you fold your hand. This is an easy fold today. Some days, I can go over Nasdaq from yesterday. I think a lot of traders and also some of my students got horribly chopped up by yesterday's move. Where is it? Where is it? Big aggressive sells, aggressive buys. Where are we? Here. Look at this. This move yesterday. It's during 10 a.m. This move looks to me like a liquidity sweep, break of structure, for value gap 1, for value gap 2, just down movement. All the way towards where? Super clean equal lows. I was looking at the setup. I was actually texting one of my students. I was like, I'm jealous of this. Like, I missed it. I was like, yeah, it's obvious. But then there came some message from Iran like, yo, that war, we're good. We're good. And then just price went from very down to just very up, and the rest is history. And now we're just hundreds of points later. Look at the green line. It's now here. So yesterday was a day where it's just okay to take a loss. Just an honest loss. That's fine. If you compare it with today, if we now have a attitude of boredom or FOMO, and we're now going to take a trade randomly, that is not an honest mistake. That's a bad mistake. When is part 2 of the backtest coming out? Yeah, you guys are teased by the 86% win rate video. I know that. You want more of the 86% win rate. Please let me tell you that no entry model has a long-term 86% win rate. And it's gonna be the start of that video. I already, it's coming out soon. But that's gonna be also start of the video. This is part 2. I'm gonna call out, to like a little spoiler. I'm gonna call out what is so wrong with what we're doing with the training industry, with the coaching industry, with the course selling industry. Because I make videos on this channel with information I paid thousands of dollars for. I don't care about that because I just want you to. I already have it. Might as well just share it. But the videos that gets the most views on my channel are the views are the with the most ridiculous titles. I remember I created a YouTube short or an Instagram reel where I said this 400% win rate strategy. Copy this. Just to make fun of it. And it was the best watched reel in months. I was like, oh, okay. Let's try this more. And I tried a few times extra, and it's still the same. When you say dumb stuff, people start watching. People keep watching. And I don't like that. Like, I think that is what basically forces the trade influencers to say dumb stuff, because then they know they get more subs and more whatever mentorship money or course money. But if you're trading for long enough, and I hope I educate you in this here in this channel, that win rate is a personal metric, not a entry model metric. I'm gonna say it one more time. And if you can take away one thing of this stream, of course, take it the 4-hour work week and the whole relocation stuff to move to another cheaper location. Of course, take it away. But I'm gonna say it again. Win rate is a personal metric, not an entry model metric. So every time you see 80% win rate entry model, or 50% win rate entry model, or 100% win rate entry model, it is a personal metric of a subjective time period. And let me explain this. If we are now going to the chart and we're going to backtest a year, for example, I'm not going to do that. We're going to do this for a very long stream. But let's say we do that. Same model, same everything. You might have a 70% win rate, and I end up with a 50% win rate. Exactly the same model, exactly the same nuance, all the same. Why? Because we get out on small nuances differently. When you get out, when you get in, stop loss placement, TP placement. There's always super small nuances with over a long period of time, a long data set. It's like a butterfly effect. You just go other direction, which is fine. And maybe in another, and let's say we backtest 2025, you have 70. It is very important. You have 70%, I have 50%. But then we're going to do the same for 2024. Same one, same model, same instructions. I can have the 70% win rate and you can have the 55% win rate. That's super subjective. And I didn't even start about the mental stuff, the trade psychology stuff. Once you start tilting and you blow your account, your whole fucking data is gone. Like your cute little win rate just drops. So not only does the entry model play a big factor in how you execute it, the personal how you execute it, but also how many times do you mess up? Take your trade off too early, interval down or in profit, or double your risk, or get greedy and move your TP so you don't even get TP and you don't have a win when you should have a win. You see how many buttons or variables there are with the win rate? So that means don't ask about someone's win rate because it's subjective. Because if I'm now, for example, I see it in chat, it's a valid question, of course. What is my win rate? That answer is gonna change every single month. Every single month. My win rate in March, this last month, I am not even gonna post. It's so embarrassing. I have a very low hit rate. You can just scroll up in the Discord. You can see my trades. March was a super hard month. And one sec, I see some volume coming into market. So we might take out the highs here, which is nice. I am trading today, but I'm waiting for a setup. I'm waiting for some movement. Like we're just stuck here. I'm just waiting for some cool stuff to happen. But okay, March, super bad month. Low hit rate. But if you then go to February or January or December, super high hit rate. And then you can say, okay, is then your win rate the average of those 4 months? Or is your win rate the average of the first trade you took until now? But then you have the problem because when you started and until now, you use different entry models and you had different mental frameworks and there's different data points. So I should basically make a video about why win rate is bullshit, right? It is made up. It's a marketing gimmick. And of course, you need to know an average of your win rate. It's like a range. If your win rate is around whatever, 40%, for example, and it's decent, like 40% is amazing, and you shoot 1 to 2, you are profitable. I remember that I referred to that in my video about my story a lot about the table. I'm gonna show you now on the screen. Win rate table. Cool. Let me put it up the screen right now. Boom. And again, guys, I am trading today. Don't get me wrong. So, but we're just waiting on a setup. This is the risk to reward and win rate table. If you shoot 1 to 2s, you are profitable with 40%. Why? Everything above 33.3% makes you profitable. That means if you can get yourself consistently over that 33% every single month, you are profitable. But you will have horrible losing streaks in between. So there might be a month where you are below the 33%. And that means you have a losing month, an unprofitable month. If I'm now profitable and I go to some whatever, I go to some horrible personal stuff and I'm just gonna overtrade, revenge trade, my profitable career is just gone because my win rate will go to 0, right? So the goal is, and that is how you should approach win rate and should use win rate, is to aim to get above a certain level consistently. And that will also mean you're gonna be below that target many months or many weeks. This week, for example, you can see it in Discord. I took 4 trades, 2 wins, 2 losses. 50% win rate, 2 out of 4. And I'm up like 5R. It's pretty decent. But then if I'm gonna make some advertisements, copy my 50% win rate entry model, nobody's gonna buy because it's not sexy. But I made money. I passed challenges this week. But without the sexy 86% win rate model. And so that means, and not sure who asked this in the chat, and I never want to insult you or because with all due respect, it's a valid question, but I think it's the wrong question. It shows to me that you are a beginner. And it's also like, and I'm connected with like very big trade influencers, and they know this, and they said also to me like, yeah, Dion, we know this, but if that means if I need to just put stupid numbers on the screen for people to watch my videos, cool, then I do that, and then I can educate them on that is not per se true and why. So yes, part 2 of the backtest video is coming out. It is. It will come out. It's probably not going to be 86%. Maybe it's going to be 40 or 60. I'm going to just do it. Like I saw in the comments like, oh yeah, you picked this in hindsight. You knew this was going to be the 80%. No, I didn't. No, it was dumb luck. And it's pretty funny. I was like, oh, this is so funny. People are going to watch this. But maybe if I'm going to do it again, a random month, it's going to be 40 or 50. Then, hey, and then the time is going to be the only NASDAQ entry model you need. And then you're going to walk away like, oh, this guy is only a 40% win rate. Not sexy. But that is how it works. What's your win rate? Let me see the chat. Do you mark out the fair value gap wick to wick or body to body like ICT? The Mida, watch the fair value gap secrets. That's one of my recent YouTube videos where I go in depth about this, the different levels of the fair value gap. To give you a short answer, and it's more nuanced than what I'm going to say to you now. So please watch that video. But for a fair value gap, what I use is the start and the 50%. And I mean the wicks, not the bodies, the wicks. This is 3 pattern candle where the wick of the first candle and the wick of the third candle do not overlap. That's the fair value gap. And I use the start and the 50%. But please watch the video. It's way better than what I'm sharing now. Are all my entry models on the channel? Yeah, my entry models on the channel. There's a playlist. Go on the channel. There's a playlist. My entry models. And what you will see is that the core of all those entry models are very similar, but there are different nuances. Some have breakers, some have fair value gap, some have order blocks, some have more nuances or more focus on time, the other more on price. There's no right and wrong. Like it's all the same. If price goes up, you will make money. If price goes down and you short, you make money. It's all the same. They don't sweat it. I should do a live backtest on Discord. Yeah, sure. I can do a live backtest. I think it would be boring because backtesting, I'm not sure if you guys did it before. Backtesting is super time consuming. Like it's like a 40-minute video, but I cut out all the times I was drawing something or was like just signed on this second chart. Like, what should I do now? So it's of course I can just sit in the chart and bore you for 4 hours, or I can edit everything, every fluff out and make it shorter. But I can do both. Like it's gonna be the same. But I think watching me just stare at the chart like, what should I do now is not per se super entertaining or super educational. Like when you learn something new, you want your time to be spent. You want to learn as fast as possible in a shortest period amount of time. That's why I make the video as short as possible. So a 40-minute video, I promise you, when I post a 40-minute video, the original file was like 1.5 hours or 2 hours. I cut out all the all the silences, everything I can. Every second I can save your time, I will do it. So same with the backtest video. The order block video, the raw file is also like way over an hour. Probably going to be a long video. My favorite model is the 10 AM game. This is what we also do here on the, I hope to do here with you guys on the stream, but it doesn't look like it, guys. It's so horrible. Look at this. This is a very nice example of a non-trading day. If you now would screenshot this in your journal and you come back next month to this day, you're like, yeah, this was not a trading day. And you're good. Awesome. You sit on your hands because there was no trade. I see in the chat 40% is too low. Psychologically, it's almost impossible to stick to your plan if you get a losing streak of losses. That is again personal. That's for you, it might be too low, which is fine. That if it does not fit your risk profile or your personality profile, that's completely fine. There's no right or wrong in that. And if it's too low for you, like what I would recommend is if you want a higher win rate, like I can use the table again. If you want a high win rate, if you just like winning trades, just shoot 1-to-1s. Because if you shoot 1-to-1s, you will win a lot of trades. But your expectancy goes down. That means the expected money you make for a long period of trades. Which is fine. Like if I shared this in that video about what made me profitable. My mentor did that with me as well. When I was too fancy, he said just make your stops bigger, have a low risk to reward for a while to gain some confidence. And once you have the confidence dialed in and you know where to look for, cool. Then you can go back to 1-to-2s, maybe 1-to-3s. But yeah, it is a factor that the higher risk to reward you shoot, automatically the lower your win rate will become. And there will be a sweet spot in your trading you need to find. That's why I'm a big a fan of building data, journaling and backtesting to see what around is it. Is it around 40, around 50, around 20? Who knows? Around 80. There is no right or wrong as long as it's profitable. So if, for example, Alex, for you, it's 40 is too low, cool. But if you shoot 1 to 3s and it is still 40%, you will make money in the long run, even when it's mentally more challenging, of course, because you still lose 60 out of your next 100 trades. Fine. There are, for example, a few guys, what they do is they shoot only 1 to 1s and then they have a high win rate and they copy trade that across a lot of different challenge accounts. So they don't have the mental burden of big trades, big 1 to 3, 1 to 4, 1 to 5 trades. They have a high win rate, so their confidence is way up, and they're just stacking base hits all the time. So, for example, if I take a trade, I risk $1,500 to make $4,500. $4,500 is like for most people like a salary. It's pretty cool, right? But what if you shoot 1 to 1s and you only have like $1,000 TP? Not as sexy as 4,500. But if you have a high win rate and you can stack day after day after day, thousand, you will still end up with a similar amount of money, but then slower. And I say slower on purpose because sometimes when you're in a losing streak, you wish you had a better risk to reward there. But again, there is no right or wrong. So I'm not gonna say, oh yeah, my approach is the best and copy me. No, this works for me. I train my students in this way. If I see, for example, if I work with a student and the way, for example, shooting 1 to 2s, 1 to 3 doesn't work, cool. What does work? It's like a self-discovery journey. And I see like I'm back on Twitter. It's so funny. People are just fighting on Twitter. It's so like my Instagram is still suspended. Hopefully getting back next week. But now I'm posting on Twitter, and it's so funny. People are just angry. I saw in one of my tweets, people just being angry at each other at the comments. And like there was like I posted some nice value, and people start just bashing on each other. There is no right or wrong in trading. There will be weeks where I lose all my trades, and you all what is it, 50 people here in the chat? Everyone will win. And I'm the guru, right? Like I'm the guy who makes videos. How funny is that? But there will also be weeks where I'm winning and you see all my posting trades and you see like, whoa, this Dion guy is winning and you lose all your trades and you feel bad. But we both have weeks where we lose a lot and we both will have weeks where we win a lot, but maybe not at the same time. Cool. So if you like these rants, like when there's nothing to do, I just start ranting. I have like an hour-long rant on exactly like a lot of frameworks, like the whole story of how I became profitable. I posted as my most recent YouTube video. It's called How I Became Profitable After 2.5 years of failing and losing my life savings twice. If you don't want to lose your life savings twice and you just want to do it faster, I share how. Also the nuggets from my mentors. It's like it's a video that is more it's less flashy. It's like no edits, no overlays, no cool stuff. No, it's just me talking to the camera for 50 something minutes where I share every single nugget that made me profitable so you can just copy that and use in your trading as well. I would recommend if you don't have the attention span, because we are in a TikTok age where people cannot focus more than 30 seconds. And yes, that's true. I can see my YouTube metrics. I can see when people click away. It is scary how short attention span is of people. Then you can, for example, use it as like a podcast. So you go for a walk and you just put it in your ears. No, because the camera visuals are not very exciting. This is my face. Like if you like my face like this, like under chin, cool. You can watch for that for 58 minutes or 50 something minutes. You don't need to watch the video. Just listen to the audio. The audio is the most important part. If you want my face behind it, that's fine. But just watch it. Just watch it. I start trading in March, and this price action is actually. Oh yeah, if you start trading in March, yes, you will be confused most of the time, comma, and that is okay. There will be weeks where you are like the king of the market and you catch every move because it's predictable. Now, super hard. Like this market is super hard to trade. You see me taking more losses because of that. Am I scared or am I gonna stretch a hold or come out with a new fancy entry model? No. I'm just gonna do more of the same. But just expect to have a lower hit rate. I see in the chat, I beg to differ. 40% is perfect. Like again, there is no right or wrong. Because for example, Troy, for you, 40% is perfect, and for Alex is not. Both work. Both no, both is good. Both is good. Any advice for a newbie? Yeah, I have. Not sure how newbie you are, but let's say you have zero knowledge about trading. Because trading is, everyone here went through the same stuff where you start trading and you have literally a million questions and you have no clue where to start. I would say the first thing you need to understand is candlesticks. And there's a book you can just download for free online. It's called the Candlestick Bible, and it learns you the different candle patterns. It's like the engulfing candle and the rejection candle, the morning star. Like if you trade ICT, you're like, oh, what is that? That's not my language. No, but I learned that too. It's very nice. Just see, okay, a candle does this. So for example, you learn that, let's zoom in on this, that for example, these two candles, you have like a small body and a big wick. Those are called projection candles or whatever star, morning star. I didn't, I don't remember it anymore, but it was such a nice book because they have like a little tangible, like, okay, I know what these candles are. Just a little confidence. Then I would say look on YouTube and learn what market structure is. A market structure is higher highs, higher lows. It's all technical stuff. And then learn a trade language. It can be ICT, supply and demand, support and resistance, and just trying to just grind and try to figure out as many stuff as possible. Okay, cool. Guys, we have volume. Finally, let's go. Did we take the, almost. Okay, we might start now. We're patient. Let's see if ES took it. No. Okay, so no SMT, equal highs. Nothing yet. Nothing yet. And still, we are already an hour later. My trade idea of the short, and maybe it's coming now, is still the same. If we're now going to displace lower, like I just want us to go out of this range. I want to see displacement, and displacement means an energetic move to one side, and ideally it's to the downside for our trade idea. But we haven't. It's just ranging. It just goes sideways. What am I risking on my challenges per trade? It depends if it's a futures trade, a futures prop firm, or a CFD prop firm like FTMO or Alpha Capital. I'm pretty aggressive with prop firms. That's why I am not welcome on most prop firms. They don't like me. They don't like me because I make money on them. Is there an SMT? Did I miss something? I don't see the SMT because I'm looking at the high here, 844. Maybe I'm blind, but I don't see the SMT because the high is not taken. It's equal high. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but I think I am not wrong here. Not sure. Let's see. Let me know if I'm wrong. Yeah, so back to the prop firm risk. It also depends on how much liquidity you have. So if you can only afford one challenge, you have a different risk profile. In comparison, for example, you can just buy 5 challenges, rotate them, and use a account management system to get funded faster. That's called prop firm hacking. That's what I do with my students. So it's a hard question to answer for me. I would say if you have no money, you just broke, don't trade. you, because you're gonna lose most of the time. No, I'm joking. I want to encourage you. No, if you have some little money, just risk 1%. If you have a lot of money, a lot of money. If you can buy multiple challenges, risk 2%. Ideally, you want to pass a phase. This is the rule of thumb. You can apply on both futures um, or CFD Pro firms. Ideally, in a 2 or 3 win streak, ideally 3, you need to pass a challenge. If you win 3 trades in a row, you should pass. That's like my rule of thumb. So if you want to do like if you have a 10% target and you risk 1% and you do 1 to 3, make 3% per 3 trades will get you on 9%. So maybe just risk a little bit more. Just use the rule of 3 trades. That's nice. Is this only on YouTube? There's a bit of delay. The delay is because of my streaming software. It's super annoying. And I still have not figured out how to fix that. It's like 30-second delay or something. Let me share a little nugget for everyone who is still in the stream after a long time because we need to make money together. What I now see happening is very normal price action if you zoom out on what is actually now happening. So now we're looking only at technicals, but keep in mind where we are. What day is it today? It is April 1st. If you know how a monthly candle is formed, a candle in general, doesn't matter if it's a monthly, weekly, daily candle, every candle most of the times work the same. There's nuance to this, but let me share with you the 101. At every start of the candle, we have some form of accumulation. Then a manipulation, saying the low of the candle. Then we distribute higher, saying the high of the candle. And then we close. This is the basic anatomy of a candle. But we just started a new monthly candle. What are we most likely going to do? Accumulate. Chill. And it's not only a monthly candle. It's not only a new monthly candle. It's a new quarterly candle. So yeah, of course, the first day we can have weird price action. I'm going to tell you another thing you can consider why we have bad price action today. Maybe we have NFP later this week. And NFP is notoriously known for making very big moves, but also before a big boy like NFP, CPI, FOMC, the interest rates, you will see accumulation, buy and sell orders getting into the market. So not only we have an opening of a monthly and a quarterly candle, also there's NFP coming up later today, or not later today, later this week. On top of that, we have also still some uncertainties in the world with missiles flying around. Could also maybe be a factor. And I'm not saying this as an excuse to not do trade. Of course not. I will be the first person who will be in a trade when it comes. Like I love pressing the button. I love trading. But if I see then this, and I'm like, okay, why I felt like pressing the button? Why can't I trade today? I'm just thinking, new monthly candle, new quarterly candle, NFP later. This could just be a day where there's just no trade available. Do I need another liquidity sweep before displacement down? Yeah, great question. At this point of time, I don't care anymore. I just want to see this because there's a lot of liquidity being built up. So if we now just trade lower, I will take it, even when there's equal highs. What I'm then expecting is that we leave that equal highs for later. So then let's say we trade lower now and we're going to take that short. And we're going to use it later as a target. No worries, Lily, no worries, no worries, no worries. I do trade forex. I do trade forex, but I've been looking at the forex market for a while, and like I love to trade dollar pairs. But I don't know about you, but if I look at the dollar, I just cannot find a trade idea based on the model I'm trading. There are weeks and months where I'm just trading a lot of forex, not only the dollar pairs, but the CAD pairs, JPY pairs, GHF pairs. For now, I think in general, it's pretty hard to trade. Like look at we have a daily consolidation here. It's not super and of course there are people making money now. So probably it's a lack of skill on my side. But based on what I trade, I like to make money off and where I made money off before with Forex, my models, I have trouble finding a lot of models. So that's why you don't see me covering Forex a lot right now. I'm covering more the Nasdaq and gold. But I do trade Forex. Yeah. Um, am I considering the war? Yes, I do. That's the like I don't gonna cover it because the algorithm is always listening. But when I say there are missiles flying around, I mean that. Yeah, I definitely mean that. All the stuff that's happening in Middle East, and not only Iran. There's more countries surrounded by that area, this region where there are missiles flying around. It's just one big shit show. Okay, I have enough, guys. I'm not gonna wait for another sweep. Usually we do these streams until 10:30 a.m. EST. It's already 10:50. I was hoping to get at 10:30 a nice volume increase so we could take a trade, but I think we can all agree and we can go to bed later today. For me, it's already bedtime almost. It's 10 p.m. But like that, this is a valid no trade day so far. If we can just go to sleep and like, yeah, I did a great job by just sitting on my hands today and not doing funny stuff. If we later get a model, I will still look for the shorts. Like my trading view will remain open, but I'm not expecting it too much. That's fine. That's nice. Cool. Awesome, guys. So make sure before we finish up, there's an order block video coming out. Order blocks are super important in most trade languages. Use order blocks. There's a massive video dropping later. So make sure you subscribe, have your notification bell on so you don't miss that. Tomorrow I'll be live again on YouTube, not on this channel, but on the channel of the Trading Academy. I will share it in my Discord. Talking about Discord, yeah, that's the place to be where I share my daily trade ideas, all the free education. There's like the hub of DionTrades with the founder trader system. Link is in the description.